Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriors makes roster decision on 39.6% throw shooter report. The Golden State Warriors have waived Daquan Plowden. According to Hoopshype's Michael Scotto, the decision was to make way for Quinten Post, the 52nd overall pick, to sign a two-way deal ahead of the NBA training camp. Scotto added Plowden earned the two-way contract in July after he impressed the Warriors coaching staff in the NBA Summer League. Call him right now, we need this guy. Anthony, even the Warriors Summer League team head coach, told Ryan Atkinson, the team's director of basketball development for the San Francisco Chronicle. Plowden shot his way to the contract with a remarkable 39.6% accuracy from the three-point line while averaging 14.6 points per game. On top of his outside touch, Plowden also played dog defense and moved without the ball, which is a key in the Warriors system. I want to show people that I'm a winner, Plowden said in July for the San Francisco Chronicle. I want to show people that I'm committed to doing what it takes to win. The 5-year-old Philadelphia native had high hopes about joining the Warriors organization, but he also kept an open mind about getting waived. Throughout the year, one really just want to learn how to be a better pro. Plowden continued, this is one of the premier organizations. They've got some high-level guys, some high-level characters. I want to learn how to be a better pro, whether that be for here or wherever I end up winding up. The deal turned out to be short-lived. The 6'6" guard spent the past 2 seasons in the G League after he went undrafted. Indiana 20122. Last season he averaged 14 points while knocking down 41.2% of his three-point shots with the Orlando Magic. Another roster decision the Warriors front office have to make is what to do with their rising forward Jonathan Kuminga. The 21-year-old Kuminga is seeking a max deal similar to the $224 million over 5 years his draft classmate Franz Wagner of Orlando Magic and Scottie Barnes of Toronto Raptors received. According to Yahoo Sports, Jake Kuminga and the Warriors have until October 31st to strike a deal, otherwise he will enter restricted free agency after this season. According to The Athletic's Anthony Slater, the Warriors aren't currently prepared to give Kuminga a max extension or anything that stretches to too close to that $44.8 million annual salary. There have been tentative extension discussions between the sides, league sources said, but a clear divide remains. Slater wrote in an interview with the San Francisco Standard's Tim Kawakami. Kuminga candidly talked about the extension talks. I haven't really got into it that much, Kuminga told Kawakami. I don't want to step my foot off track. I'm focusing on how can I be great, how can I help something. The better you play, the more you do things, everything's going to open up itself, so I'm not worried about things like that because I know who I am, I know myself. At the end of the day, it's just having an opportunity, a chance to go out there and prove, and just waiting for the moment. It's God's plan, so I'm not even tripping or thinking about it day to day. Whenever it happens, it's going to happen. Last season Kuminga averaged 2 points, 5.2 rebounds and 2.8 assists in 46 games as a starter, as he often looked as the team's second-best scoring option behind franchise star Stephen Curry. Warriors bluntly urged to explore trades for former lottery pick a week out from the start of training camp, and a pair of young Golden State Warriors players remain a talking point in regard to their futures, with the franchise Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody remain extension eligible, entering their 4th seasons with the duo able to agree to new deals prior to the October 21st deadline. For Anthony Slater of The Athletic, earlier in the month there hasn't been significant progress toward a deal in either case. If the Warriors can't come to an agreement for one or both players, not only will that signal their direct path to restricted free agency next summer, but also undoubtedly further drive conjecture on a potential trade before the mid-season deadline. In contrast, CBA rules and a poison pill provision would make it incredibly difficult for Golden State to trade Kuminga or Moody before next off-season, where they sign a new contract before October 21, while Kuminga found extended minutes over the second half of last season and developed into one of the team's best players. Moody still hasn't found a solid grounding with Golden State given his fluctuating role across his career to date. In a recent article outlining what each team should do with their best assets, Greg Schwartz of Bleacher Report has urged the Warriors to explore moves for the former 14th overall pick. Moody isn't going to be with the Warriors for long, Schwartz wrote, with Brandon Podziemski set to take on a bigger role in the franchise, adding Buddy Hield and to Anthony Melton it would be a surprise to see an extension with Moody worked out. Schwartz may be putting it bluntly by suggesting Moody's days with the franchise are numbered, but there's a reason behind that theory. The contract situation could easily accelerate the Warriors' decision on Moody if a new deal isn't forthcoming, potentially leading to more enhanced trade discussions than what's been had previously when he was still on a rookie scale salary for multiple of years. It's already been well noted that Golden State's offer to the Utah Jazz for Lauri Markkanen in this offseason involved Moody, suggesting the front office are far more willing to move on from him in a way they're not when it comes to Kuminga or Podziemski. The contract scenario may add to the overall landscape, but Moody's future will still be largely dictated by his performances on the court. Should we see rapid improvement early next season and a steady role that accompanies it, then maybe trade speculation surrounding the young wing can finally be put to bed. NBA Insider believes Giannis to Warriors trade worth monitoring while the Warriors focus on maximizing Steph Curry's remaining years. One NBA Insider believes Golden State still has a realistic chance to bring another two-time NBA MVP to the Bay. In speaking on Odyssey, the TK Show podcast, The Athletic's Sam Amick stated the possibility of Golden State trading for Milwaukee Bucks superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo is worth monitoring. One that I think is just always going to be monitored around the NBA is if the wheels fall off the Bucks. Samk told Tim Kawakami, "We know that Joe Lacob has had dreams of Giannis coming the Warriors' way for a very long time. Again, unlikely, but Chris Middleton is going to be a free agent next soon. I think Giannis is worth monitoring." Hat tip: Warriors wire speculation has existed for years about a potential move that would send the Greek superstar to Northern California, ignited even further by Anna and Curry's public displays of admiration for each other after Milwaukee won the 2021 NBA Finals. The Bucks have struggled over their last three playoff appearances, inviting discussion about Antetokounmpo potentially seeking a departure from the only franchise he's known. Milwaukee swung for the fences last season by trading for eight-time NBA All-Star Damian Lillard, but the Bucks still found themselves facing post-season disappointment with their second consecutive first-round exit after signing a three-year contract extension in 2023. Now is tied to Milwaukee through the 2027-28 NBA season, making any trade for the star forward a difficult endeavor. However, according to Amch, it's something worth monitoring as Golden State enters a new era of Warriors basketball. And you fan, what do you think of the situation of Antetekounmpo? Leave your opinion in the comments.